Yan. O, diba? Alright. So, today we will discuss about how to get rid of bad thoughts. Bad thoughts. Okay, how to get rid of bad thoughts. So, bad thoughts can haunt you for days, for weeks, and for months if you don't deal with them. They often come when you least expect it, as you overanalyze situations or believe that someone has insulted you. Nangyayari talaga siya eh. This is actually authored by Sydney Axelrod. Thank you for that, Sydney. Sana ka-reach tayo. So, why you should always seek help if you suffer from serious depression or recurring bad thoughts? More often, not you can work through them on your own. May mga chances na yung mga bad thoughts hindi na kaya ng individual person. They are seeking for psychological person. They are seeking for a person na pwedeng makatulong sa kanila. Mga doctors, psychologists, something like that. Okay? So, number one is stopping bad thoughts. How? How can you do that? How can you stop bad thoughts? Remember that occasional bad thoughts are normal. So this is possibly the single easiest way to start addressing your problems. Too often you believe that you are the only one with problems or that no one understands what you are going through. But bad thoughts are a part of life, right? And most importantly, they will go away. Don't beat yourself up for having bad thoughts because they aren't your fault. So you have to avoid language like, this is my fault, this is my fault. I shouldn't be thinking this. Or I hate this thought. Something like that. So you've had bad thoughts before and you have them again. But you are still here, alive and kicking and healthy. Your bad thoughts won't kill you if you don't turn them into monsters. So it's a matter of controlling your thoughts. Okay? What else? Think about what makes the thoughts bad. Why are you upset about this thought? What is making it stick in your head? Oftentimes, bad thoughts persist because you feel guilty, you feel angry, or you are unsure about the future. So, thinking about why you are caught on the same thought can help give it shape and find ways to address the problem. So, there are common reasons for though thoughts include guilt, hurt, anxiety, jealousy, temptation, trauma, okay, failure or fear of failure. So, slow down your thoughts with a few deep breaths. So, it is natural to feel anxious or nervous when a bad thought suddenly crops up in your brain. So, but resist the urge to get upset. or fixate on the thought. Take 30 seconds to stop what you're doing and take 5 deep, long breaths. You do it like that. Okay, so give yourself a moment to address the thought instead of jumping right to irrational or extreme conclusions. Try counting to 15 if you still feel nervous. You could also color, listen to calm music, or read for a short while. And alternatively, head outside, remove yourself from the room, or take a short walk to clear your head. Okay? So, next is you ask yourself why you're having negative or bad thoughts. You ask yourself. You have to you have to ask what's on your mind. Okay? So once you've slowed down and thought about the reason you are upset, it's time to question why the thought is so negative. So some good questions to ask are what hard evidence do I have for my anxiety or fear? What are the positives of the situation I am forgetting? Is there another way to look at this situation? How would someone else see me? Will this matter in 5 years? Right? Next is remain in the moment. Even if a situation isn't ideal or is difficult, you can still be okay. You don't have to let bad thoughts overwhelm you. You cannot control the future and you cannot control the past. So what you can do is deal with the present. Okay? Many bad thoughts stem from forgetting this fact and making predictions or guesses about what is to come. For example, you may tell yourself that your test tomorrow is going to be super hard or you will definitely fail. But your bad thoughts has no basis in reality. When the test does arrive on the desk, you've already told yourself it will be terrible instead of finding ways to make it easier the night before. Review. Don't let your guesses about the future ruin the present. Okay? So, next is put your thoughts in perspective. Your initial reaction to a bad thought will be to blow it out of proportion. I was tempted by another woman, another man. I must not love my husband. My boss didn't like the presentation. I'm going to be fired. Everyone else has a nice car. I must be a failure. Something like that. These thoughts are not only simplistic, okay? They are often flat out wrong. So remember that you are not the center of the universe and that most problem in your life will not ultimately mean much to your happiness. So remember problems from years past like getting grounded or dumped, while they might have felt like horrible thoughts at the same time, chances are good you have long since moved on without any real damage. Okay, next is distract yourself with something specific that you know gives you comfort. Return to something that you know and love to help that take your mind off your problems or give you some perspectives. So experiencing something tied to good memories can put the bad thoughts in perspective. Things haven't always been bad, right? And they won't always be bad in the future. You can reread your favorite book. You can bake your chocolate cookie recipe. You can see your team's next home game. You can put on an album you enjoy from your youth. So look through pictures of a fun event or vacation. So those are the stuff. Okay. Next is don't try and run away from your thoughts or push them out. Okay. Telling yourself not to think about something is as good as thinking about it. You spend all of your time saying, stop thinking about my breakup. But you don't realize you are still talking about your breakup. You need to either move your thoughts in another direction or try and tackle the bad thoughts heads on. Okay? Trying to consciously push the thoughts out, however, will only prolong the problem. So in some situations, it's best to face the problem directly, while putting it aside for a while might be a better strategy for other situations. Next is work on letting go of problems. Instead of fighting bad thoughts, take a deep breath, acknowledge them, and move on. Okay? So this is difficult to learn, but mastering this skill is the best way to fight negative thoughts for the best for the rest of the life of our life. Okay? So for example, you may be worried that you're going to be fired because you made a mistake at work. Instead of fixating on what you did wrong, learn from your mistake and take steps not to repeat it in the future. Right? So focus on improving rather than expecting the worst. So think things like, I cannot control everything in the world. I can't change the past. And it's time to move forward. So those are the phrases that we should use. Okay? Next is literally throw your problem away. So this may sound odd, but um, there's a study found that people who write down their bad thoughts and then throw the paper away had a better self-image than people who kept the paper. So writing is a way of expressing your problems. And physically getting rid of them tells your body that it's time to move on, right? So the same study found that even dragging a file to your computer's trash bin has the same positive effects. What else? Talk through your bad thoughts with someone you trust. Getting your bad thoughts off your chest and into the open is a great way to work through a what makes a thought so bad. It also, more often than not, helps you realize that the thought is not as bad as it seems. So once you put words to your anxiety, you can get valuable advice and perspective from someone who has likely had similar anxieties. Right? So many psychiatrists have found that simply telling your thoughts in a comfortable setting may be enough to eliminate them. Bad thoughts are basically talking to yourself, and everything you say sounds true. Having another perspective can help you find the flaws in your logic and end your thoughts. You could talk to a trusted friend or family member as well as therapist or psychiatrist. So, thank you so much for listening and for watching in YouTube. Thank you, thank you. And I hope you subscribe to our YouTube channel, which is Two Leg and Ilogmaya vlog. And I am still hoping that you watch us in the future behavior tutorials. Bye!